Welcome everybody to break 17932. This is our 25-26 Series 1 12-box case team random number 8. Alright, we have 32 participants in this break. We have Frankie, 91 Red Wings 19. Frankie, Alex, Brian, Came Off, Quick Nick, Slick Rick, Christopher, Brian, Paul, Dante, James, Brian, Jill, Bob, GMAC, Kipper, Julian, 91 Red Wings 19, Brian, David, Richard, Aaron, David, Came Off, Cal, Dante, Slick Rick, 91 and 91. All right, we have Frankie at the top, down to 91 at the bottom. Frankie at the top, down to 91 at the bottom. Here we go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Aaron down to Richard. Aaron down to Richard. Grabbing our teams, Anaheim down through to Winnipeg. Anaheim down through to Winnipeg 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have Detroit down to St. Louis. Detroit down to St. Louis. Here we go with your teams. We have Aaron with Detroit, Slick Rick Winnipeg, 91 Red Wings with Chicago, Bob with Minnesota, Brian with Ottawa, Alex with Columbus, Quick Nick Buffalo, Cal Boston, David with Edmonton, Christopher with Washington, 91 with Dallas and Florida, Dante with Seattle and Philadelphia, Kipper with Montreal, Slick Rick Colorado, Gilles with the Islanders, Aaron with the New Jersey Devils, Brian Toronto Came Off with Calgary, David with San Jose, Brian with Utah and Carolina, Paul Nashville, GMAC Los Angeles, Came Off with Vegas, 91 with Vancouver, Julian Pittsburgh, Frankie with Tampa, James with the Rangers, Frankie with Anaheim, and Richard with St. Louis. A couple of minutes for trades. All right, last call for trades. All right, here we go, everyone. Good luck. Ooh. Hopefully that one's okay. That box is a little bit dinged up. We'll do that one first. Just check to make sure the cards are okay. Just be crinkled. They're pretty resilient, but I don't know why the box is fine on the outside. Very strange. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty resilient the way these things packaged, but it would be that top corner, so we're just going to leave those aside. Everything else looks okay. Top ones. I'm just going to check those cards just to make sure. I don't know if that's a weird packaging. Something there, like that side's actually okay. That side's is the one we want to check. Hopefully nothing big, and hopefully okay. Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah, they all look okay. All right, Dazzlers of Alexis Lafreniere, Canvas, Connor Bedard, and Cup Quest of Tage Thompson. That's weird that it's the inside of the box. Like, the case is fine. There's nothing wrong with the outside of the case. That's really weird. Very strange. Jack Finley, Young Guns Canvas. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, Dylan Duke, Young Guns for Tampa. Kirill Kaprizov, goal-oriented. Katagoche, Encore Blue for Anaheim. Chris Letang, Encore Pittsburgh. And Sizzle Reel of Matthew Tkachuk. Jonathan Marchessault Bustle for Nashville. Luca Cagnoni, Young Guns for Seattle. And David Pasternak. Alex Tuck, Encore for Buffalo. Arturi Lehkonen, Sizzle Reel. You guys know on these sizzle reels, just so you know, when you get them, you can actually scan that QR code and it'll take you to the reel of that goal. It's pretty cool. I was playing around with it earlier. So scan the QR code and it takes you to that actual goal. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, and so Owen Sillinger, Young Guns for Columbus. Population count 25. Big hit for the Montreal Canadiens. Ivan Demidov. There you go, Habs. Population count 25 purple. And Connor Hellebuck, Tracking Systems, Quinn Hughes Portraits. All right, so let's have a look at these packs that were at the top of that box. Well, they all look perfect. Looks good. Canvas Jack Hughes for New Jersey, Jimmy Snuggerud. Young Guns for St. Louis, Leon Draisaitl Portraits. Good. Mackenzie Weegar, Encore, Evgeny Malkin Portraits, and Tracking Systems, Ilya Sorokin. Maybe a slight bend. But not devastating. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Young Guns of Ville Koivunen. Pittsburgh, and Matthew Barzal. Looks okay. Tracking Systems, Ilya Sorokin, Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh Canvas, and Quinn Hughes, Vancouver. Yeah, just a very slight bend in them, which is not that bad. Noah Dobson, Encore, Lucas Dostal, and Cam Lund. The Young Guns for San Jose. Outburst Matt Zuccarello for the Minnesota Wild, Jake Gunsel Bustle, and Sam Reinhart Oriented. That's good. I'm glad that they're okay. And we got the Demidov. Good thing I didn't switch out the case. All right, sizzle reel of Luke Hughes for New Jersey, Keandre Miller for the Rangers canvas, Jared McCann Cup Quest. Matthew Nye's encore for Toronto, sizzle reel of David Pasternak and Colton Dach, Young Guns for Chicago. Travis Konechny outburst for Philadelphia, sizzle reel of Sam Reinhart and Zach Werenski portraits. Young Gun canvas Ozzy Weisblatt for the Nashville Predators, Tim Washi Young Guns for Anaheim, and Timo Meier. Clear cut Jacob Middleton, Minnesota, Nikita Kucherov encore sizzle reel of Austin Matthews. Sizzle reel of Sergei Bobrovsky, Riley Duren, Young Guns for Boston, Dougie Hamilton portraits. Tage Thompson, Dazzlers, Olin Zellweger canvas for Anaheim, and Brandon Hagel. Tampa portraits. Morgan Riley encore for Toronto, Pyotr Kochetkov tracking systems, Justin Robidas. Number 250, Dylan Strome for Washington Deluxe, Hellebuck and Morrissey, and Matty Beniers compositions. Drew Doughty canvas for LA, Delabor Dvorsky Young Guns for St. Louis, and Philip Forsberg. Mika Zibanejad encore for the Rangers, goal-oriented Lucas Raymond and Linus Ullmark, Ottawa. Kiefer Sherwood Bustle for Vancouver, Nikita Tolopilo, Young Guns for Vancouver, and Cole Caulfield, Montreal. Zach Werenski, Dazzlers for Columbus, canvas of Logan Stankoven and Matthew Tkachuk, compositions. Pyotr Kochetkov encore for Carolina, Leon Draisaitl, sizzle reel, and Victor Osman. Young Guns Seattle. Brain Point, exclusives for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 13 out of 100. Kent Johnson sizzle reel and goal Lucas Raymond. Sizzle reel of Alex Ovechkin Washington, Charlie McAvoy, and Connor McDavid. Mackenzie Blackwood encore for Colorado, Logan Thompson tracking systems, and Nicholas Kakko Young Guns for Seattle. Young Guns outburst, Joakim Kemmel for the Nashville Predators. That's it for the Preds. Lane Hudson, Bustle, and Eric Carlson. Canvas of Brandon Hagel. Young Guns Gabe Perreault for the Rangers, and Jason Robertson Cup Quest. Gabe Perreault encore for the Rangers, portraits Jonathan Marchessault, Yaroslav Askarov. Compadres DeBrincat and Larkin, Yanni Nyman, Young Guns for Seattle, and Matthew Wood. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins canvas for Edmonton, Rory Cairns, Young Guns for Calgary, and Jonathan Marchessault portraits. Drake Batherson encore for Ottawa, Adam Fantilli encore for Columbus, and tracking systems of Philip Grubauer. Matt Boldy Bustle. Sam Morton, Young Guns for Calgary, Macklin Celebrini compositions. Protocol Chetkov, Dazzlers for Carolina, Thatcher Demko Canvas, and William Eklund Cup Quest. Igor Shesterkin, Encore for the Rangers, Dylan Holloway Bustle, and Ethan Frank, Young Guns for Washington. Nikita Zadorov, Swagnificent for the Boston Bruins. Nice for Boston. Sizzle Real Luke Evangelista, Gabe Perreault. Logan Stankoven Bustle. Canvas of Alex Pietrangelo, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins Cup Quest. Alex Ovechkin Encore for Washington. Tracking Systems Philip Gustafson, Demidov, and Levshinov. Random at the end, Montreal and Chicago. Outburst of Elias Pettersson Vancouver, Seth Jarvis Bustle, and Austin Matthews Portraits. Sean Couturier Canvas, Zane Perrick, Young Guns for Calgary, Jesper Bratt Oriented. David Pastrnak Encore for Boston, Cup Quest Jason Robertson, Kel McCarr, Nathan McKinnon Compadres. Sizzle Reel of Mason Marchment, Quinn Hudson, Young Guns for Edmonton, and Alex Ovechkin compositions. Sam Reinhart Canvas for Florida, Ryan Suzuki Young Guns for Carolina, and Sidney Crosby compositions. Ryan Leonard, Young Gun Clear Cut for the Washington Capitals. Nice hit for the Caps. Ryan Leonard, Sergei Bobrovsky Encore, and Elvis Merzlikins. Mort Sider Bustle for Detroit, Dominic Shine, Young Guns for Detroit, and Sidney Crosby. Box number 5. All right, Jake Gunsel Bustle for Tampa, William Nylander Canvas Toronto, Nazem Kadri Portraits. Dylan Strome Encore for Washington, Connor McDavid Sizzle Reel, and Joakim Kemmel, Young Guns for Nashville. Ryan McDonough, Outburst for Tampa, Cale Makar, Sizzle Reel, and Tyler Toffoli compositions. Jake Neighbors, Canvas, Artem Levshinov, Young Guns for Chicago, Connor Bedard, Cup Quest for Chicago. Elvis Merzlikins, Columbus Canvas, Matthew Robertson, Young Guns for the Rangers, Igor Shesterkin, Cup Quest. Dazzlers of Cal McCarr for Colorado, Brandon Montour, Seattle Canvas, Austin Matthews, Goal Oriented. Alexander Carrier, Clear Cut for Montreal, Ivan Demidov Encore, and Sizzle Reel New Jersey of Luke Hughes. Sizzle Reel of Alex Ovechkin, Young Guns Ozzy Weisblatt for Nashville, and Cale McCarr. Timo Meyer, Encore for New Jersey. Sergei Bobrovsky Tracking Systems. Oliver Moore, Young Guns, Chicago. John Gibson, Deluxe out of 250 for the Anaheim Ducks. Nikita Kucherov, Victor Hedman, Compadres. Anze Kopitar Compositions. Zane Perrick, Young Encore for Calgary. Cup Quest Martin Necas for Colorado. Thatcher Demko, Vancouver. Logan Stankoven Bustle, Young Guns of Carter, Missouri for Detroit. And William Eklund Portraits. Box 6. Sizzle Reel of Connor McDavid, Cole Perfetti Canvas, and Austin Matthews Compositions. White Johnston Encore for Dallas, Sizzle Reel of Nazem Kadri and Luca Cagnoni, San Jose. Young Gun Outburst, Jacob Quillen for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This one, Toronto. Stuart Skinner, Tracking Systems, and Elias Pettersson Gold. Young Gun Canvas, Zane Perrick for the Calgary Flames. Nice one. Jacob Quillen, Young Guns, and Kirill Marchenko. Ryan McDonough, Clear Cut for Tampa, Boone Jenner Encore, and Sizzle Reel of Nathan McKinnon. This one's a Davidell box. How do you know? Tracking Systems, Samuel Erson. You watch way too much YouTube. Ivan Demidov, Young Guns for the Montreal Canadiens. Impeccable timing. And Robert Thomas. Say my name. Good job, Alex. Matthew Barzell for the Islanders Canvas. Matthew Robertson, Young Guns for the Rangers, and Portraits, Adam Fox. Dazzlers, Bowman Tippett, Cale Makar Canvas, Adrian Kempe Cup Quest. William Karlsson Encore, Luke Hughes, Jack Hughes, and Jacob Mellamy. Jacob Melanson. Young Guns for Seattle. Portraits Red, Brandon Hagel out of 199 for Vancouver. Tampa. Jeez. Quinn Hughes, Sizzle Reel, and Wyatt Johnston Portraits. John Carlson Encore, Washington. Dougie Hamilton, New Jersey Portraits, and Tyler Bertuzzi Bustle. Jordan Binnington Tracking Systems. Skylar Brindamore, Young Guns for Carolina, and Connor Bedard Compositions. Box number 7. William Nylander, Dazzlers, JT Compher, and Thatcher Demko. Marco Rossi Encore, Cam Talbot, Tracking Systems, Mark Gatcombe. Young Guns for the Islanders. Population count 1,000, Gabe Perreault for the New York Rangers, Owen Tippett Bustle, and Patrick Laine Portraits. Lucas Dostal Tracking Systems, Capo Caco Canvas, and Martin Natchez. Artem Levshinov Encore, Dustin Wolf Tracking Systems, Donovan Sebrango, Young Guns for Ottawa. Dylan Larkin Outburst for Detroit, Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov, and Evgeny Malkin. Canvas of Kiefer Sherwood, Ivan Demidov, Young Guns for the Montreal Canadiens, back-to-back boxes. And goal-oriented Alex Ovechkin. Seth Jones Encore for Florida, Macklin Celebrini for San Jose, and Sizzle Reel for Anaheim. Sizzle Reel of Cole Perfetti, Young Guns of Jacob Skarek, and Cosmopolitans of Kellencar. Young Gun Canvas, Matthew Wood for Nashville, Rodrigo Abels, Young Guns for Philadelphia, and Jake Gunsel. Patrick Laine, Black and White Canvas for Montreal, Brand Clark Encore, Tracking Systems, Darcy Kumper. Artemi Panarin, Alexis Lafreniere, Compadres, Jacob Quillen, Young Guns for Toronto, and Steven Stamkos for Nashville. Paul Byram, Dazzlers for Buffalo, Dmitry Voronkov, Canvas for the Columbus Blue Jackets, Chris Kreider, Cup Quest. Nice, Zach Hyman, Young Gun Retro Outburst. Or Tribute Outburst. Young Gun Tribute Outburst, Zach Hyman for Toronto. Very nice. Tough hits. It's only the second one of those I pulled. Card Q or OR 19. Andrei Svechnikov Encore and Joey Decord. Oh, and Young Gun, sorry, of Jack Finley. Nikita Kucherov, Victor Hedman, Alexander Barkov Canvas, and Marco Rossi, Minnesota. Mort Sider Encore for Detroit, Tracking Systems UC Saros and Sam Rinzel, Young Guns for Chicago. Outburst, Sean Couturier for Philadelphia, Leo Carlson Hustle for Anaheim, goal-oriented Brady Chuck. Adrian Kempe, Dazzlers Pink for LA, Alex Tuck and Noah Ostlund. Portraits. Lucas Raymond, Detroit Canvas, Noah Ostlund, Young Guns for Buffalo, and Connor Bedard Portraits. Alexander Barkov Encore, Florida. Compositions, Matthew Tkachuk, Sizzle Reel of Jacob Markstrom. Sizzle Reel of Brady Tkachuk, Ian Moore, Young Guns for Anaheim, and Connor McDavid. Canvas of Anthony Duclair for the Islanders, Skylar Brindamore, Young Guns for Carolina, and William Nylander, gold-oriented. Young Gun Black and White Canvas, Justin Robidas. The Carolina Hurricanes. Nice one. Carolina. UC Saros and Samuel Omontembo. And Philip Forsberg, Roman Josi, Padres, Elias Pettersson, Young Guns for Vancouver, and Lane Hudson, Compositions. Yeah, solid box for sure. 4 to go. All right, Sam Reinhart, Dazzlers for Florida. Canvas of Thomas Harley, goal-oriented Leon Draisaitl. Bedard Encore for Chicago. Jesper Bratt Bussell, Yanni Nyman, Young Guns for Seattle. Population Count 1000, Alex Pietrangelo for the Vegas Golden Knights, Charlie Lindgren Tracking Systems, and Jason Robertson Compositions. Jacob Slavin, Carolina Canvas, Carson Dorwart, Young Guns for Philadelphia, and Mitch Marner Cup Quest. Artemi Panarin, Alexis Lafreniere, Compadres, Dylan Holloway Canvas, and Dalibor Dvorsky Portraits. William Eklund, Encore for San Jose, Patrick Laine and Slavkovsky, Ville Koivunen, Young Guns for Pittsburgh. Outburst Max Domi for Toronto, Sizzle Reel of Dakota Joshua, and Jack Hughes. Carter Verhaeghe Canvas, Ozzy Weisblatt, Young Guns for Nashville, Alex DeBrincat Cup Quest. Zach Werenski Encore for Columbus, Timo Meier Cup Quest, and Sizzle Reel of Leo Carlson. Tracking Systems of Jacob Markstrom, Mark Gatcomb, Young Guns for the Islanders, and Matt Zuccarello. Black and White Canvas, Dylan Cousins. For the Ottawa Senators, JT Miller Encore, and Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. Very good. Sizzle Reel of Cam Fowler, Dalibor Dvorsky, Young Guns for St. Louis, and Seth Jarvis Portraits. Tracking Systems, Sergei Bobrovsky, Joseph Woll Canvas, and Artem Levshinov. Andrei Vasilevsky Encore, Sizzle Reel of Evan Bouchard, Olivier Rodriguez. Young Guns Edmonton. Dylan DeMello, Winnipeg Outburst, Matthew Nyes Hustle, and Compositions for Buffalo of Rasmus Dahlin. Canvas Conazari for Calgary, Ryan Leonard Young Guns for Washington, Roman Josi Cup Quest. A Young Gun Canvas Colton Dach for the Chicago Blackhawks, Jacob Gaucher, Young Guns for Philadelphia, Cop Connor Cup Quest. Kirill Marchenko Dazzlers for Columbus, Brady Tkachuk Ottawa Canvas, and Artemi Panarin Gold. Encore Blue, Barack Faber for Minnesota, Philip Forsberg Encore, and UC Saros Tracking Systems. Leo Carlson Bussell, Young Guns of Carson Dorwart, and Moritz Seider. Kalmakar Encore for Colorado, Nazim Kadri Bussell and Parker Ford, Young Guns for Winnipeg. Sebastian Aho Dazzlers for Carolina, a sizzle reel of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Dylan Larkin compositions. Travis Sanheim Encore Philadelphia, Matthew Wood Portraits, Jake Ottinger Tracking Systems. Sizzle reel of Jared McCann, Matthew Wood, Young Guns for Nashville, Dylan Holloway Portraits. Two to go. Tracking Systems, Thatcher Demko Vancouver, Jack Eichel Canvas, goal-oriented Jack Eichel. Juraj Slafkovsky Encore for Montreal, Kirill Marchenko Sizzle Reel and Nicholas Kakko. Outburst of Igor Shinnikov. Sizzle reel of Sebastian Aho, Sean Monahan Columbus. Ryan Suzuki Young Gun Canvas for Carolina, Cam Lund. Young Guns for San Jose, Tage Thompson Portraits for Buffalo. Black and white canvas of Cole Caulfield for Montreal, Jordan Binnington Encore for St. Louis, and Matthew Nyes, sizzle reel. Sizzle reel of Wyatt Johnston, Young Guns of Carter Mazur, and Tim Stützle. Dazzlers of Connor Bedard for Chicago, Sebastian Aho Canvas, and Clayton Keller compositions. Mark Stone Encore for Vegas, Sam Reinhard Bussell and Michael Callahan, Young Guns for Boston. Gustav Forsling, Florida out of 250 Deluxe, Brady Tkachuk, Alexander Barkov, and Nathan McKinnon, Colorado. Kirill Marchenko Columbus Canvas, Oliver Moore, Young Guns for Chicago, Eric Carlson Cup Quest. Evan Bouchard Encore for Edmonton, Eric Carlson Pittsburgh, Mackenzie Blackwood. Sizzle reel for New Jersey of Jacob Markstrom, Sam Morton, Young Guns for Calgary, and Linus Ullmark for Detroit. 12th and final box of this case, team random number 8 of the new Series 1. Dazzlers, Martin Necas, Stefan Neeson, and Josh Morrissey Portraits. Encore of Oliver Moore, sizzle reel of Kyle Connor and Donovan Sabrango. Sizzle reel of Mason McTavish, numbered out of 199, red for Anaheim. Aiden Hill, Tracking Systems, and Sebastian Aho compositions. Sizzle reel of Cale Makar, Colorado, Elias Pettersson for Vancouver, Cup Quest, Connor Hellebuck. Mark Scheifele Encore for Winnipeg, Brady Tkachuk Bussell, Young Gun of Nikita Tolopilo for Vancouver. We did hit 2. Yep, we hit 2 right in the middle 2 boxes. Adam Pellich, Islanders Outburst, Jeremy Swayman Tracking Systems, Brant Clark Portraits, unless we hit 3. But we did hit 2 already. It was box number 6 and 7. Dylan Larkin, Canvas, Young Guns Owen Sillinger, and compositions of Kyle Connor. Frank Vetrano Encore, Connor McDavid, and Tyler Toffoli Macklin Celebrini. Sizzle Reel of Philip Forsberg, Dylan Duke, Young Guns for Tampa, and Braden Point. Travis Sanheim Canvas for Philadelphia, Riley Duran, Young Guns for Boston, and Zach Hyman Cup Quest. Matty Beniers Encore Blue, Devin Tays Encore for Colorado, and Zach Wierenski Bustle. And final pack. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Compadres. Jimmy Snuggerud, Young Guns for St. Louis, and Matthew Tkachuk Portraits. All right, we have our random to do for the Young Gun checklist between Montreal and Chicago. All right, Montreal and Chicago, here we go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going to the order of the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, that does it for team random number 8. Very nice case, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and congrats to Montreal. Thanks, guys.